LA Lakers and Dallas Mavericks tune up tonight in preseason. Laker, who is in the Luka tonight. Meanwhile, many of the Lakers starters are not available. Luka Doncic, nor will we see LeBron James. We'll have an update on James's health with George Sedano coming up. Dave Pasch, Doris Burke. Cooper Flagg, 6'9" point guard, getting the start. The #1 overall pick in the draft, and he finds Klay Thompson.
Is Jared Vanderbilt, who is an excellent defensive player. So a good little challenge for him on the defensive side with his matchup.
Rui Hachimura shooting over Anthony Davis, who played just 9 games with the Mavs last year because of health reasons after the Doncic trade in early February. Davis with the fall away. It spins out. And Laker ball. Anthony Davis wearing goggles, and he'll wear those for the rest of his career. We'll have that story later as well. Gabe Vincent drills a 3 to get the Lakers on the board.
He's had trouble staying healthy for the Lakers, but we know historically in his time in Miami, when he's healthy, smart basketball player and can knock down shots.
Jared Vanderbilt, who the Lakers coaches says is finally healthy. That's great news. He's missed half of each of the last 2 years. Gabe Vincent, another guy, battled injury, but off to a great start here tonight. Lakers play one more preseason game before they open their regular year on Tuesday against the Warriors. Klay Thompson misses. The Mavs have one more preseason game before they open up the regular season Wednesday on ESPN against San Antonio as Cooper Flagg gets the layup.
That's an area that could be a major strength for Dallas with their size up front and multiple guys that are tremendous offensive rebounders. I don't know what their three-point shooting is going to look like as Cade knocks another one down. Hot start for him. But for Dallas, they don't have a plethora of three-point shooting. So can you dominate the free throw line, or can you dominate the offensive glass, or both?
Klay Thompson, obviously a terrific shooter, but outside of that, they're looking for more shooting from the guys on their roster. Thompson misses there. Hayes in transition, great find, and a hot start for the Lakers against the Mavs starters.
Well, you can tell how different Vanderbilt looks physically. The sprint ability, the mobility, the speed with which he just attacked that fast break opportunity.
Played just 43 games 2 years ago, 29 rather, 2 years ago, 36 last year. Fall away from Anthony Davis is good.
He is so skilled, it's ridiculous. How easy does he make that little turnaround look?
And when healthy, as good as anybody on both ends of the floor. Played great in the play-in. He had 40 points the last game he played, as Vincent has now got 4 3-pointers here in the first 3 minutes.
I don't know if somebody made him angry on the Dallas, but he just pointed right at them after his 4th made shot. J.J.
Redick told us before the game as Washington scores with the left that Vincent's really stepped up as a leader, and they've needed that for that second unit. Now again, this second unit is starting the game tonight. He's got the rookie on him, giving up about 6 inches. Flagg reaching in. Here's Vincent firing again, hits again. Wow, 5 threes in less than 4 minutes. Luka loving it, missed 3 by Flagg, rebound Hayes. All the Laker fans want Vincent to shoot it. You're applauding just when he catches it. If that goes, it did not. A heat check, but he did get fouled, and he'll shoot 3.
I mean, he is just walking into threes. Flagg is trailing him off the screen. They set him off a second one. He takes that little step back. He needs it because of Flagg's size. And again, Flagg, great hustle by him at the start.
MVP chance in preseason for Gabe Vincent here from Laker fans.
That's too good. Listen, it's late here in Vegas. The crowd's had a little time to warm up.
17 of the 19 points.
First year with LA, doesn't play much at all, 11 games, and it's been a battle for him.
His 18 points tie the most he's ever had in any quarter in the NBA. Anthony Davis bumped. Is it because he's got the rookie on him?
I mean,
Something's got him worked up.
He made the third three and pointed at the bench. Look out.
Cooper Flag with the stuff.
So one of the things you're going to see with Dallas is a new offense under Jay Triano. He's the guy responsible. There's some Princeton offense there. Little bit of cutting, more movement.
Finally a miss by Vincent. Triano and Frank Vogel joined Jason Kidd's staff this year. Two former NBA head coaches. Vogel was the head coach of the Lakers when Kidd was an assistant when the Lakers won the title in 2020. Nice pass, Vincent, and Hayes with the slam.
Boy, Vincent just in complete command, so confident and comfortable.
Backdoor cut, Klay Thompson, and a foul on Dalton Connect. And that's great news. Obviously, James is 40 years old, going to be 41 in December, year 23, the first time anybody's gone into their 23rd season, and also the first time he will miss a regular season opener in his legendary career.
That, to me, is a remarkable piece of information. It's something I did not realize until last week. And let me just tell you something. The older you get, the less reminders you like about your age. So I'm sure LeBron would appreciate you being conservative with your approach as it relates to that. But, you know, Dave McMenamin said it earlier this year. They were going to be overly cautious from the outset. Nice defensive play. Look at Vando. What becomes the fifth starter? That point of attack defense, that versatility, that would be massively helpful to this group.
No Doncic, no Austin Reeves tonight. Those are obviously the other starters along with James and Hachimura once LeBron is healthy. Here's Gabe Vincent, who's got 18 points in the first quarter. That's his first two-point attempt, and he comes up short. Former Laker D'Angelo Russell in his first year with the Mavericks gets the rebound. Russell on the attack, counted and one. For the 11th year pro out of Ohio State. Signed a 2-year deal in June with Dallas.
Jason Kidd thinks he's going to be terrific for them. Not a ton of pressure here, but you know the guy can score it. I mean, obviously there's been some deficiencies on the defensive end at times in his career.
Then back with LA for a couple of seasons till he was traded in December last year to Brooklyn in the Dorian Finney-Smith deal. Finney-Smith now a member of the Houston Rockets, along with Kevin Durant. Here's Vincent for three. Off target that time. And Davis able to secure the rebound. Max Christie was part of the Luka AD trade. Trails that one.
Love that transition opportunity for Dallas, Dave. Two different guys opposite sides of the floor. The deep sprint to the corner. Get the defense stretched.
Dalton Connect. J.J. Redick says has been as good offensively as anybody in camp. Been shooting it really well in practice, but that one was off target. Here's Christie in his 4th NBA season. Tried to feed Anthony Davis, knocked out of bounds by the Lakers.
Let's just watch.
Needing to get to the foul line, not relying heavily on threes as some other teams. And Max Christie could change that.
Yeah.
Nice pass that time to Davis. 9-0 Maverick run, but Christie's certainly capable of being an excellent three-point shooter. Shot 36% last year. He had 15 points in each of his first 7 games with the Mavs after the trade from LA. RJ Davis hits a 3 and a foul on Christie. Carolina 2 years ago was the ACC Player of the Year. The guy that won it last year also won National Player of the Year and is playing in this game tonight. Cooper Flag on the other side. Christie. Rainbow 3 was an air ball. Entry pass to Christian Koloko, and he couldn't hang on. We're not going to see DeAndre Ayton tonight either for the Lakers. He'll be the starting center for LA this year. Spot up 3, connect. No good. Since Vincent's hot start, the Lakers haven't made a 3. Dallas is just 1 of 4. Najee Marshall attacking. Nice move by Marshall, and he's able to finish.
He's had a heck of a camp, and with the wealth of injuries a year ago, there were nights where he just carried the offense at times.
Averaged 13 points per game. He was undrafted back in 2020. Was with New Orleans for a while. How about Koloko with the slam? He thought he was fouled.
Terrific entry pass by Smith, though. A little wraparound with his left hand. That was pretty.
Davis on the face-up, working on Koloko. That's smooth. Step back two, off the mark. 4 points, 3 rebounds for Davis. Smith with the swing. Runner by RJ Davis swishes through.
Really good screen by Koloko, though. That's what got him the space necessary.
Redick raved about Koloko, his screening, his leadership in practice. Poor defense there by the Lakers, though. They give up an easy basket inside. P.J. Washington. Connect. Can't from the corner. So an 0 for 3 start from 3 for Dalton Connect. Second year out of Tennessee. Washington with a size advantage over R.J. Davis. And the shot clock down to 4. Feeds inside, and Davis with the slam over Koloko. Hachimura with great position inside. Lakers lost in the first round in Minnesota. LA was the 3 seed last year, but bounced in the opening round, while the Mavs missed the playoffs, losing in the play-in tournament. Obviously, the injury to Kyrie Irving was a major setback. He's here tonight. We'll update his progress later, but the hope is around the All-Star break, he'll be back for the Mavs. Meanwhile, it'll be Cooper Flagg running the point. It's 6-9 for Dallas. Got to be one of the bigger teams in the NBA this year with Anthony Davis, Cooper Flagg as Christie gets the basket, and either Lively or Gafford as the center.
Correct. Incredible depth in your front court. Tremendous shot blocking, paint protection. You know, there was some talk with D'Angelo Russell start at the point guard position. If you start he and Clay, I think that could be a challenge defensively. Cooper Flagg talking about sort of a big moment for Cooper Flagg going back prior to the last Olympics when he scrimmages against Team USA and holds his own in the gym. And Steve Kerr was talking about it. He said, I just remember the force you felt. Like immediately you felt him as a basketball player. The passing, the cutting, the late clock understanding, and the consistency with which he has him. Very likable.
And as you said, when he was playing here in Vegas on that select team, scrimmaging with Team USA, he carried himself the same way as a 17-year-old then, as guys like Anthony Davis, his current teammate, noticed even back then. Here's Flagg for 3, and he cans that one.
So how about this? Before that make, right, they were down 18 from the three-point line, and they were down just 4, and now that one gets them a little bit closer in that three-point column.
Now they're saying it's a 2, so 9 points for Flagg, and it's a 2-point game. Flagg will not turn 19 until December 21st. He's the youngest Maverick. Offensive 3-second call, so a one-shot technical. Vincent now with 19 points for the Lakers. No LeBron James tonight. If you're just joining us, George and Shams both reported earlier that LeBron likely targeting mid-November for his return, but coming along in a positive way with his workouts. You also saw on the bench there no DeAndre Ayton, as Lively sends it back, and no Luka Doncic tonight, but he played last night. He'll be ready to go for the opener Tuesday. Nembhard missed the 3. Here comes Vanderbilt.
That jumper looks familiar from Nembhard.
His brother Andrew plays for the Pacers. Ryan, a rookie out of Gonzaga, as Vincent is, though, but just an unsuccessful challenge by J.J. Redick. Year 2 for Redick, just got a contract extension after leading the Lakers to 50 wins last year. The first Laker head coach to do that in his first year since Phil Jackson back in 2000.
This seems to fit him.
We asked him before the game, what's the biggest difference, year 1 to year 2? He said, I know what I want to do in practice now, especially defensively, as the 3 falls for Marshall. That ties the game. They're going to say now a 2, so take the point off. 37-36 Lakers. Vanderbilt, he's really struggled to shoot the 3 in the preseason, but that one drops. Klay Thompson on the spot up, no. Redick also told us he is very much looking forward to coaching Luka Doncic for an entire season. Doncic will be in the lineup Tuesday when the Lakers take on the Warriors. As
Those are the ones where you go sit down, and that's where it gets super tight. Like, it hurts now, but if you sit, it swells, it gets tight.
He's going to stay on the floor.
Look at the size with Flag and Lively and Najee out at the top of that defense.
In personnel, as Vanderbilt gets a slam, the amount of weight that Luka has lost.
I mean, it's as well conditioned as I've ever seen him. He looks so lean.
Nembhard with the layup.
And I think, like, make no mistake, it was obvious how emotional, how shocked he was to be moved from the Dallas Mavericks.
But Redick told us he's in a much better place now. As shocked as we all were by the trade,
right,
it hit him seemingly the hardest, and we really saw that on display when he went back to Dallas, had that 45-point game, how emotional he was before the game.
Yes. I mean, he had just purchased a house there.
Check it with George for more.
Dave DB, yesterday when he spoke to the collective media, Luka, he said, I mean, it's obvious it's going to be something. Obviously, I'm going to feel some way every game I play against them, meaning the Mavs. And I'm kind of starting a new chapter here, but it's always going to be something. So while he is moving forward, he's still acknowledging that it still hurts a little bit.
They'll play 4 times this year, the 2 games in Dallas, January 24th and April 5th, as Hachimura drills a 3-pointer.
I mean, think about Luka when either fans or an opponent start to trash talk him. Like, it awakens something in him. It will be personal every single time for Dallas.
Doncic entering his 8th NBA.
He is a guy who, at his best to me, is smiling when he's playing and having fun with it.
And you didn't always see that at the end of last year.
The biggest thing that happened is he signed the extension. Huge.
May finish his career in LA. Vanderbilt again. That one misses.
I don't think we heard,
9 of the first 14 games for the Lakers are on the road. The Mavericks will open with 6 straight games at home, including on ESPN next Wednesday against the Spurs. Hachimura crosses over Lively and hits the 2. It's a 7-0 LA run.
Got this Dallas team playing its normal rotation, and a lot of guys not starting for the LA Lakers, and they've got a 9-point lead.
Flag with the pull-up, no good. 9 points for Cooper Flag as Vanderbilt drives. Hachimura's got the hot hand, spinning, firing, and hitting from the foul line.
Size, strength, a handle twice now that gets him right below the free throw line.
He's got 11, and the lead back to 11 for the Lakers, as Flag could not save that errant pass by Russell into the back.
For Kareem's, they felt enormous when he wore them.
Technology has advanced in the last 40 years.
Amen. It's like, do you remember the old knee braces if you ripped your ACL? Those things were like lethal weapons.
Well, what's remarkable is you think about the quick recoveries from ACL injuries. How about the Achilles injuries?
Yeah.
You touched on the Halliburton injury. And then you got Jason Tatum. The Celtics still haven't ruled Tatum out for the year. He had the Achilles injury late in the season.
Right. And Tatum talking about, I feel better, stronger physically, and think I can be better as a basketball player.
And the three-pointer from Nick Smith pushes the Laker lead.
Here's the Cleveland Cavaliers, just because without Darius Garland to start, they were so disciplined and structured with the two-man games that they ran out there. So they moved Donovan Mitchell and paired him with Evan Mobley consistently, and they kept Darius Garland and Jarrett Allen units manned the offense at different times. What does it look like for Evan Mobley? Is he now the guy solo because he's added dimensions to his offensive game that can now carry it by himself? And then Donovan Mitchell, he makes his first All-NBA first team, playing the fewest minutes in his career. He was the only guy in the league to average 24 points in less than 32 minutes. Like, he had a great year doing less. Does he sustain that as PJ gets out and transition off their defense?
Again, it'll be Cavs and Knicks, our first game of the regular season on ESPN next Wednesday night. Malcolm Brogdon, who was supposed to be the next backup point guard, he announced his retirement today. See how that potentially changes the depth of the Knicks as Hachimura gets the basket. And
calling him Mr. Prez after doing the pre-draft interviews. I could be wrong on that, though. I could be wrong.
9 years in the NBA for Brogdon. Hachimura misses a free throw, and Anthony Davis with the rebound. Fifth board for Davis to go with 6 points. Davis, and fouled by Jackson Hayes, who's gotten stronger in the offseason, put on some weight in his upper body.
But that's still a tough challenge. I mean, Anthony Davis put that right shoulder into him, and he backed him off completely. Get a shot off or get some free throws.
Stream like you're courtside with NBA League Pass. Watch live games like you're there with alternate broadcasts and real-time stat overlays for must-see games. Sign up on the NBA app, NBA.com, to start streaming today. Got to think that the Dallas Mavericks on League Pass are going to be a must-watch just to see every game Cooper Flagg plays this year.
Who else? You got a League Pass favorite?
I mean, the Mavs have to go right to the top of the list because of that.
I agree.
Fascinating to watch him this year.
Yeah. I think that was a little 2-2-1 press back into their half-court defense by the Mavs.
Here's another team I'm fascinated by this year for a lot of reasons. The Los Angeles Clippers.
Oh, my God. Did you see that game, preseason game the other night? It was so competitive. If that doesn't change your mind about how good the LA Clippers can be, I don't know what will.
Christie on the take. Missed the layup. Davis on the cleanup. They're going to say no basket. A foul on the Christie shot attempt. Nick Smith Jr. saying, I didn't do it. We're talking about some of the other East storylines. And Orlando, Desmond Bane, a team that has a
play make, particularly in transition. Also, obviously, the dimension of the shot making, off the bounce, catch and shoot, you name it. And again, a little more pressure. But the fact is, Banchero and Franz are both better shooters than they've shown, and both have got to raise that aspect of their game, because it's never been about the defense for Orlando. It's always what can they give you on the offensive end.
Hayes with the bank shot. Skip to Davis. Corner three is up and no good. 2.5 to go in the first half here in Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena. Mavs are 1 of 13 from 3, by the way. The Lakers are 10 of 23. Vincent has 5 of those made threes. Made all 5 of his shots to start the game. And
this is part of the new offense for Dallas.
Year 5 for Jason Kidd as the head coach. Frank Vogel, who was a consultant last year, he's now on the bench as an assistant along with Jay Triano.
And then Phil Handy as well. That's a heck of a staff.
Two really good staffs. You look at both sides.
Yeah, true.
You got former head coaches and Scott Brooks, Nate McMillan on the Lakers staff joining J.J. Redick. And you got Triano, who's been a head coach. Vogel obviously has been a head coach at a few places. With Jason Kidd now. Thompson's three is there.
So if you're Dalton Connect, you're on the low side of that zone. And the one guy you don't want to be late to challenge on, Klay Thompson, is on your side of the floor. It allows him to make a clean catch and an easy make.
Year two for Thompson with the Mavs. And another three from Vincent, his sixth. Triple of the first half.
I mean, there's no mystery to why the Lakers are up. I mean, the difference at the three-point shooting is incredible. What are they up? 24 points from there?
Yeah, no, 27 plus 9. A three-pointer. That's correct, right? 27, 9 times.
Yes.
Okay, just check. Inside Lively. Foul on the floor on the Lakers. And provide some scoring punch off the bench. What could that do for this Laker team?
I mean, obviously, it's an enormous part of the game in the modern NBA. Something we were talking to Jason Kidd about. Can you win without dominating the three-point line? The answer unequivocally is yes, because Oklahoma City just did it. Some of their misses, nights it goes in great, otherwise the free throw line. But yeah, it's a game changer if Connect and Gabe can make that.
They also have Jake LaRavia, who's not playing tonight, so they added him in the offseason. Hayes got the rebound. Hachimura scores inside. LaRavia shot 42% from three last year with Memphis and Sacramento. The throwdown from Lively, and Hayes step up in terms of leadership.
Well, you got two guys in Luka and Austin Reeves who will make great reads and find shooters if they're open. And how about Gabe? Like, undrafted out of UCSB in 2018. But how many guys have you seen, undrafted guys who participate in what George was just talking about, the Miami Heat culture and the player development, and then go sign a great contract somewhere else?
They do a terrific job with identifying talent and developing talent down in Miami. Congratulations to Coach Spo, the new head coach of USA Basketball.
Is that officially done?
Yeah. Yes.
Well deserved. Top assistant, of course, for Steve Kerr.
Jackson Hayes with the spin and the finish.
Wow.
Lakers have their largest lead. DeAndre Ayton is the new starting center. Jackson Hayes was the starter for 35 of the 56 games he played in last year.
It was a struggle for him in the playoffs. He couldn't really get any traction. Pretty much played off the floor early. Different set of circumstances when you're playing against backups, though, in the playoffs.
Meanwhile, Anthony Davis with the basket. He's got 10 points against his former team. Davis played just 9 games with the Mavs last year after the trade. Had that great first game with Dallas, then got hurt, missed 21 games. He did come back and play well in the play-in tournament, but without Kyrie Irving, not enough offense to make it to the playoffs. Lively with a rebound. Here's Flagg in the open floor. 6'9" point guard. Hits the deck, but no foul. What a fake by Williams and the basket. Nate Williams, fourth-year pro out of Buffalo, was with the Rockets last year.
Great look there from Flagg.
Another one, got it right back to Thompson, and it's rare that he misses 2 straight when he's wide open. We're seeing more and more why Jason Kidd said all of Cooper Flagg's teammates like him is because he always finds them when they're open.
Right. And he's a very willing passer.
Williams hoist miss. Ball batted out of play. Dallas ball.
I like that he didn't complain either when he got fouled, because I thought he got fouled in that 2-on-1. I also thought if Anthony Davis had run harder at the start of the play, would have made Cooper's play a little bit easier.
Washington fouled here. He'll shoot 2. Dalton Connect commits his 4th foul. By the way, Jared Vanderbilt not starting the second half. We mentioned Nate Williams. Don't know if that's just precautionary, but Vanderbilt did get shaken up in the first half.
He got knee to the quad. And I said it, it's one of those injuries that when you sit, it tightens up immediately.
I know Friday in their last preseason game, Luka is expected to play in that one, and then the regular season starts for LA on Tuesday against the Warriors.
6 preseason games, including this back-to-back. It feels strange to do a back-to-back in preseason.
Yeah, they were in Phoenix last night. Doncic made his preseason debut at 25 points. He had not been playing because they were trying to allow him to rest a little bit. He took part in Eurobasket this summer. Hachimura on the fall away, able to finish through a little bump from Lively.
He's playing well offensively. Hachimura using that big body to get separation with his shoulders.
Hachimura's got 19, and then on the other end, Washington with his first 3-pointer. 7 points this quarter for Washington. Vincent gets it out to Hachimura, and that one wouldn't fall. The Mavs open up the regular season a week from tonight against San Antonio. Their preseason is over after this game here in Vegas.
That's why we wondered if this would be competitive. Anthony Davis likely to play into the 4th like Jason Kidd promises. And how about I'm talking about 6 preseason games for Los Angeles, like it's this heavy lift. Our stat man Dave Freed, 1970, how many are trivia going to bring for any of our viewers out there? In 1970, and Clyde Frazier talks about the places the New York Knicks would go. Syracuse, Albany. It wasn't like they were in downtown Manhattan and they were just commuting in maybe from Westchester.
Although we're here in Vegas tonight, there was a game in Birmingham last night.
Yeah.
Cooper Flag on the post up 20 preseason games. And like you said, we're talking about the Lakers playing 6 as if that's an astronomical number.
Right. And nobody's playing tonight for them.
Everybody playing for Dallas. We're certainly thankful for that. We know the fans are at home too as R.J. Davis scores inside. But it's the Laker backups who have the upper hand right now over the Dallas ones. Davis and Flag in the pick and roll. Flag off the mark on the 3. 0 for 2 tonight from 3-point range. 4 of 9 from the floor overall for the rookie. National Player of the Year, the second Duke player to ever win it as a freshman. Zion Williamson the other. Hayes is fouled. Healthy and an important piece for the Lakers. Lakers also added Marcus Smart in the offseason. He played last night. In 20 minutes, had 1 assist, no shot attempts.
I'm curious, what does he look like on the defensive end of the floor? I mean, let's be honest, this is why he was added to the roster. Why Luka recruited him to the roster. Defensive Player of the Year, he won in what, 23?
22.
22.
Davis with the long 2.
Come on, how smooth is that?
He's got 12 points. Tier 14 for AD, 32 years old. Hachimura got a step on Washington, and the great play defensively. Davis with the swat. And Russell foul. Former teammates having fun with one another after the rejection.
Jason Kidd saying he thinks it could be elite overall, like a top 5 level defense.
And how do you feel about Anthony Davis as the 4? You feel like that's where he needs to be? Do you like him at 5 as well?
So the other night, they lift Derek Lively after whatever 5-7 minutes, and Anthony ends up at the 5 and lights him up because he's just such a difficult matchup. you know, he just has the aversion to the position. But boy, as soon as he shifted last night, he started scoring at will. So the answer is it matters.
Starting with the Spurs next Wednesday, part of a doubleheader on ESPN. It'll start with the Knicks and the Cavs.
Wemby is becoming increasingly problematic, Dave Pash.
Can't wait to see now that he's healthy after the blood clot scare last year.
Yeah. I saw him make a physical play, shedding a well, not a like-sized defender. Nobody's like-sized. But I was like, oh boy. Looks like there's more just strength and balance and control in the body.
Traveling violation.
Did you see Rick Carlisle said after the matchup that he hoped to see Wemby in the finals because he's, you know, I mean, the guy is a captivating, game-changing talent.
Well, you know automatically he's going to be in the Defensive Player of the Year race.
Right.
Just when he steps on the floor, the opening night, assuming he plays the number of games you have to play to qualify as Davis cleans it up inside. I think a lot of people are curious, will he find himself in the MVP race this year? How good will he be offensively? And how many games will the Spurs win under Mitch Johnson? They had Dylan Harper in the draft, the #2 pick. De'Aaron Fox is back healthy. And obviously have a nice young nucleus around those guys. Hayes inside, missed it twice, and poked out to Russell.
Can I throw a supposition out at you and have you react to it? Are you nervous about that? So there's two guys that I think of, right? And Victor Wembanyama is at the very top of the list, but there's another guy. And Mobley is similar. And you get the sense in talking to their staffs that, yes, they're helping them to evolve, but there is in part watching them evolve.
Both players are fascinating because, again, you know what you're going to get defensively from each guy.
Right.
And offensively, the sky's the limit. We saw the jump with Mobley last year. What's the next step for him? What does that mean for the Cavs? Do they, again, go from a team that won 64 games and lost in the playoffs, as traveling is called here, to a team that wins 64 games and gets to the finals?
Right.
Davis got it blocked by Koloko. Boy, it did look like there was contact to the arm of AD. He did not get the call. Koloko on the other end is fouled by Washington. Koloko gets the first free throw. It's his third NBA season out of Arizona. Cooper Flag back on the floor. Now, J.J. Redick in the playoffs, we know, didn't play many minutes for the Bigs. This year, you got DeAndre Ayton, you got Jackson Hayes. Does Christian Koloko fit into that mix?
Didn't he, in fact, like, wasn't there a quote about I don't like bigs or something like that?
Don't think he was in love with bigs based on who we saw him play in the playoffs.
Right. He said, unless my big is Nikola Jokic. Right.
And he's not the only one that feels that way.
Yes.
It's not like he's an outlier there completely. Jab step from Davis. Now long two over Koloko. Comes up short. Four-point game, 4-minute mark, third quarter. Williams throws it right to Russell. Russell joining the Mavs in June, signing a 2-year contract. Looks like he'll start the year off the bench. Jason Kidd thinks that will take some pressure off of him, and obviously you've got an offensive loose ball foul on Nick. They're going to get on Williams, actually, Nate Williams. Cooper Flag with a blow-by, and he gets fouled on the drive by Davis. Now, Kyrie Irving's here tonight, recovering from ACL surgery early March. Cooper Flag's going to be fascinating to watch to start the year, but then when you add Kyrie Irving to the mix, it'll be interesting to see how Flag adjusts to that, because obviously Irving needs the ball all.
I don't think it's going to be hard. And I think challenging him at the point guard position will accelerate his growth. And now you move off the ball. He's still going to have it in opportunities if he takes it off the window. But you start running with a guy who's as dynamic as Kyrie Irving. Think about how confident and comfortable this guy has looked in any catch-and-shoot opportunity we've seen him in tonight. The trail three, he just walks into, it's nice and smooth. He can make it off the bounce with a one-dribble efficiency.
Cooper Flagg is still 2 months away from his 19th birthday. Three-pointer. As the Lakers have now made 12. That's former Charlotte Hornet Nick Smith. Marshall takes it to the cup, and Koloko with another block. Smith gets past his man, and the lob. Koloko couldn't finish. Flagg down floor, makes the catch, and gets the slam.
Tremendous recognition from Najee Marshall. He saw the matchup advantage he had. And a great push-ahead pass.
13 now for Cooper Flagg. Another lob attempt, broken up by Lively. Now Flagg running the court, finds the open man. Christie can't bury it. That would have tied the game. The only lead for the Mavs was 2-0. R.J. Davis. Oh, that hit Davis while he was out of bounds. Dallas ball anyway. Flagg attacking. A lot of contact, it appeared. Again, Flagg doesn't complain, though. Just runs back down court to play defense.
Wow.
Minutes or so. We even saw you pointing at the Mavs bench. What was going on there?
No, I mean, someone over there said you won't shoot another one. I got some space. I let it fly. It went in. So I just let him know I heard him over there.
Yeah, and you hit a couple for sure. Now, JJ told us in regards to your offseason, you've been kind of tasked to being more of a leader with this group, that you've taken the reins there. What is an example of something like that?
I mean, we can lead by example. We can lead with our voice. I've been trying to do a little bit of both. So just trying to hold guys accountable, hold myself accountable first and foremost, and just try to help us be better each day.
Gabe, thank you. Good luck this season.
Appreciate it.
Guys, back to you.
George, I'm just glad we got to the bottom of what got Gabe Vincent all riled up at the beginning of the game, because he was talking to everybody on the Mavs sideline. And he hit those 5 threes to start the game. Vincent with a game-high 22 points, but nothing here in the second half. 18 of those 22 came in the first 4 minutes and 9 seconds. And how about Anthony Davis, Lively, and Flagg and Washington all on the floor to start the fourth quarter of a preseason game?
Last preseason game, so they wanted to up their minutes, get them at least part of the way through the fourth quarter. That's what Jason Kidd said to us pregame.
Yeah, he said he didn't feel comfortable as a head coach going into the regular season without anybody playing a fourth quarter that was going to play in the regular season.
That was a nice jump hook by Lively. I feel like there's untapped potential there offensively.
Only 21 years of age, third NBA season out of Duke. Vincent with one on the timer, can't get it, and rebounded by Flagg. And a chance for the Mavs to take the lead, which would be their first since the first basket of the game. 13 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists for Cooper Flagg. Lively gets it back from Washington and scores over Hachimura.
2 jump hooks in a row by Derek Lively. The year they went to the finals with Luka on the team, obviously, Jason Kidd was saying that he believed they could expand his arsenal, like he was practicing that first year, 3-point shots. So just, he's got to stay healthy and continue his development.
Well, Vincent is now struggling after that hot start, throwing threes, 1 for his last 6. Nembhard from deep. On a 2-way contract, the assist leader in college basketball last year, showing he can hit from deep. Timeout, Lakers, a 7-0 run by Dallas to start the fourth.
Dub, that is, has another level he can get to, and he was absolutely brilliant in the run. I think Chet Holmgren absolutely probably has a couple of levels to get to. Still have depth, still have a suffocating defense. I think Houston obviously took a huge hit when Fred VanVleet got hurt. I love the Denver team, I will say that.
There were 2 series last year that the Oklahoma City Thunder needed 7 games to win, but given the talent they have, along with the great coaching, Mark Daigneault and his staff, got to think they're the team to beat in the league going into the season.
And I do think those 2 7-game series were invaluable to refining a champion.
Can Shai Gilgeous-Alexander repeat as MVP? Part of that 2018 draft. He was the 11th player selected. Luka Doncic and DeAndre Ayton were 3rd and 1st respectively in that same draft. Now teammates with the Lakers as Connect lost.
Game 1 on that shot, right side of the floor. What an unbelievable series.
And unfortunately, Halliburton got the Achilles injury in that game and out for this season. Anthony Davis has played 32 minutes here tonight. Shot clock down to 2. He's doubled, has to hoist it, and he draws a foul.
That's frustrating. That's frustrating. But isn't he just got to give these young guys a lot of credit?
Davis entering year 14. The hope for Maverick fans and for Anthony Davis himself is a full season of good health. Again, joined the Mavs after the Luka Doncic trade and played in just 9 games, but did make it back for the play-in tournament. Scored 40 points in the loss against Memphis that sent the Grizzlies to the playoffs, and the Mavericks home for the summer. Davis had that second one spin out. He's missed 3 free throws tonight. Dallas by 6. 4 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Dwight Powell getting some run here in the 4th. Didn't see him in the first half. Able to get a rebound and clear the possession there for the Mavs, and Jason Kidd calls a timeout. He's going to get Davis out, and his night will be over.
Process of getting ready for the games.
He was 2nd team All-NBA last year.
It's just ridiculous. The numbers are ridiculous. But I will say this, you know, we talk always about Father Time. And if he's in a tug of war, it does feel like Father Time is pulling that rope a little closer to his side.
Another miss by Connect. He is 1 of 7 from 3. Luka Doncic, we showed you him in street clothes. He's not playing tonight, but he's healthy. He did not. He played last night in preseason for the first time. Will likely play Friday in the Lakers preseason finale, and will be good to go on Tuesday for the Lakers regular season opener against the Warriors.
Good pass by Koloko.
Watson, no good on the 3, and out of bounds to the 1.5 minutes of work.
Very willing to shoot the 3, AD tonight. Took 3 of them, didn't make them. I thought he looked confident and comfortable on all of them.
Jaden Hardy from deep drops in a 3.
It will be interesting to see, given the approach you said, very cautious, whatever, about LeBron. How does that look for him? I'd assume no back-to-backs, unless it's, you know, very strange circumstances where maybe the first half he plays limited minutes and then he decides to give it a go. Now you look at a team like Cleveland, who, after bowing out much earlier than they expected, Kenny Atkinson has said very definitively that they need to make adjustments both tactically and physically, including conditioning, moving closer to the playoffs. Like, can you land the plane? That's the expression, right? Are you playing your best basketball late?
Meanwhile, Brandon Williams, who had some games last year for Dallas when he went off, he had 31 points against Memphis in a game in March. He's coming to the game and has 5 points in a minute and a half. Now a turnover. They're going to call a foul here on Koloko. Might be a clear path or a transition take, one or the other. And they'll go to the monitor to check that out. 18-2, the Mavs outscoring the Lakers here in the 4th. Our upcoming national TV schedule on NBC Peacock Tuesday. We mentioned the Warriors, Lakers, the Rockets and Thunder will start things off as Oklahoma City raises its first banner to the rafters. Then on Prime on Friday, Mitchell, she made the call, was transition take. clear path is the call, so it's upgraded essentially because you have shooting 2. Don't know if things will work out in Dallas, but Jason Kidd was very complimentary of Robinson Earl. It's interesting when you talk to these coaches, there are guys on the bench and it may not work out with this team, but players that could find their way onto another roster. Kidd mentioned Robinson Earl. JJ Redick had a couple players that he mentioned he thinks are NBA players at the back end of his roster. Maybe the timing not right, but at some point thinks they'll be in the league. And Robinson Earl's got experience. It's his 5th NBA season, but Kidd thinks that he'll be around for a while.
So those roster spots maybe change the equation for certain guys like Robinson Earl.
Delano Banton checking in. He hadn't really had a chance to play much here. The starters, with this being the last preseason game and a week before the regular season starts for the Mavs, not many minutes tonight for Banton until now. Powell on the cut, gets the basket. Dwight Powell, who's 5th all-time in Mavs games played. Dirk Nowitzki 1, Brad Davis 2, Derek Harper 3, Rolando Blackman, and Dwight Powell. Top 5 all-time Mavs games played. 700 for Powell. Banton couldn't handle that pass from Hardy. Powell to the basket for the slam.
The bench is reacting to Powell's dunk. Fellas, he's done that before.
700 times, right? We just mentioned how many games he's played. Powell with the save off the R.J. Davis miss. You got to get it across here to avoid the 8-second backdoor violation. And it was made by about a half second as Hardy's fouled by Williams. Well, the West is really deep. One team we haven't talked about, as you look at Dallas Elsgren with him in the lineup, you had Al Horford. Pajemski, they think, is taking a big step. It's going to be interesting to watch them this year.
Love the acquisition of Al Horford. Incredible pro, first and foremost. Prideful competitor. Exceptional post defender. Can switch out still. It was remarkable to me a season ago that on, big to little screens, this guy is able to step out and stay down in the stance and stay in front. But the spacing he provides is just absolutely critical. Just a great acquisition. And Brandon Pajemski looks absolutely sensational. Super confident. And then, I mean, you know what you're getting every single night of the time.
There's a new point of emphasis in the NBA this season on high fives. And fouls to the arms and hands of shooters once the ball is released, that they're going to call that this year.
Should be called the Dylan Brooks rule.
And the one he did was a flagrant. They would call that a flagrant now. But I don't know that anybody's going to benefit more from that than Steph Curry.
Agreed.
Which will be fascinating to watch how much his numbers go up if they're calling that this year. He'll turn 38 years of age in March. And coming off that injury in the playoffs that
it's
part of the reason they lost to Minnesota.
Dave, it's an appropriate rules tweak for this reason. It was becoming extreme. And they are not completely taking, if my understanding is correct, they are not completely taking the contact, the high five contact out. Because if it's marginal, then it's, it still could be in play. It's the follow-through part of that motion.
Right, and if it's an excessive follow-through, like the Brooks one you're talking about, then it will be a flagrant.
It's dangerous. You've got to protect shooters.
Turnover by the Mavs. Smith in transition with the slam. It's now 28-4 here in the fourth quarter. Dallas with the advantage. This backdoor cut that time and basket by Miles Kelly. And Powell with the find.
This Mavericks team over there is standing up and enjoying every minute these young guys are getting here.
And Smith turns it over. Banton open three. Kept alive by Powell. Laker ball. Dallas has its full complement pretty much of bodies tonight. The Lakers have as many guys in street clothes as they do in uniform tonight because of all the injuries. Maxi Klebas still dealing with a quad issue. He was part of the trade last year, the Doncic AD trade. Could provide some help with rebounding, and he's healthy this year.
Maxi Klebas is a smart basketball player. And there's times here in Dallas where I think he was underrated on the defensive end.
Now we're at 2 minutes to go. Anton Watson, second-year player out of Gonzaga. Short on that one. Spent a little time with the Knicks last year. Sports Center is coming up next. Get you updated on the ALCS.
Under 2 minutes, preseason game.
I don't know if that's in the rule book, but we'll put it in there tonight.
We got to get to Sports Center.
It's 33-4 in the fourth quarter. Can we get the preseason record book out for the largest fourth quarter? Although now they get 7 points. I was wondering what the fewest points were in a quarter on preseason game. I got to think it's less than 7. Robinson Earl missed the first, the second, and the nope, he got that one to go the third time. Doris, maybe it's you with these fourth quarter blowouts. You just did a game. Boston outscoring Cleveland by 31. The Lakers 0 for 7 from 3 here in the fourth quarter. And these guys have played a lot of minutes. I think maybe they just ran out of gas because, again, none of the starters other than Hachimura played for the Lakers. And Vanderbilt got hurt in the first half and didn't play in the second half. Extra possession here. Nate Williams for 3. They're 0 for 8 in the quarter from deep. Nice pass in transition. Banton to Robinson Earl. 37-6 here in the fourth in favor of Dallas. Foul on Powell. Anton Watson will go to the line.